There's a specific kind of tired that has nothing to do with sleep. And that's waking up on Saturday, hungover again, phone in hand, replaying everything that you said the night before and just quietly hating the person you can slowly feel you're turning into. And that was me. That was my life about 3 years ago because I was a waster. A weekend waster is probably how I'd honestly describe myself. You know, I drifted Monday to Thursday, waiting for Friday night to roll around. So my mate belled me up to go to the pub, and I drink to feel confident. I drink to speak to girls. I drank to speak to people and escape a body and a life that I just couldn't stand being inside of. And the worst thing is, I thought that was just me. I thought that was who I was meant to be, that some people just get a good life, get a good body, genetics. And I just got given the short straw. I felt like genetically cursed. Like, that is literally how I felt. I felt cursed by God. And I remember 2024, I was on a flight home from a 7-day bender in Poland. And I was skinny fat and I was hungover and I was just feeling like an absolute waste. And I just couldn't take it anymore. Okay, there was something inside of me. And that feeling was pure disgust. Yeah, that was the feeling, in all honesty. And now sat here 2 years later, I just feel like a completely different person, both physically and mentally, because every man will reach a point in his life where he gets disgusted with the person looking back at him in the mirror. Yeah, that is the reality. And you either do something about it or you just let life happen to you. And that's what a lot of guys do. And I done something about it. I committed. I went psycho on my body, on my training, on my habits, just all fucking in on getting shredded for the first time. And I thought I was chasing a six-pack. But getting shredded, that was my gateway drug. It was my gateway drug into structure, into confidence, into higher standards with myself, just a better lifestyle. And I'm going to be so honest with you, when I first started, when I wanted to get in shape, it was out of vanity reasons, okay? I just wanted to look good with my top off. I wanted to, you know, I was just so sick of feeling invisible. And, you know, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that's why a lot of guys get in shape. But my initial approach was too aggressive, guys. You know, I literally had no clue what I was doing. I was doing all this excessive cardio. I was eating 2,000 calories and all this stuff. And I tried all these different diets, carnivore, keto, protein only, all these stupid things. That is for another video in itself. But when I went full psycho mode with no strategy, this isn't the method I would give someone today, by the way, guys. Okay, like inside my elite program, it's a very simple process that I take you through phase by phase. So your energy, so your training, it doesn't all take a hit. So you don't feel fucking miserable. That is not the way, guys. Like, I used to eat cans of tuna for dinner like a spastic. But even then, with that strategy, with that extreme strategy, I had a hunger, I had a drive in me for rewiring my identity, my body, my mindset. I just wanted to prove to myself that I could actually follow through with something. And I remember I had a holiday that summer. And my aim was to get to 10% body fat, you know, in a couple months. So like I say, it was pretty aggressive. And a lot of them sessions, they were dark. You know, I remember the time I nearly collapsed on the Stairmaster. I was going that aggressive. And like I say, eating the cans of tuna and the spinach for dinner and all of this, guys. But when you get to 10% body fat for the first time, when I got to 10% body fat for the first time, I saw the world in such a different lens. And I can't unsee it, guys. Like, the way I see it, every man must experience getting to 8 to 10% body fat and staying there. Like, I don't give a shit what society says. Every man should be maintaining anywhere from 10 to 12% body fat year round. Because when I actually saw what I was capable of, when I saw the veins, you know, the bicep vein, the chiseled abs, all of this, guys, and you feel noticed and you feel good when you look in the mirror. You know, you've got other men coming up to you respecting you. You've got women treating you a lot differently. You stop needing alcohol to go over and speak to them. You just become an overall better communicator because you actually back yourself. And that change, guys, that change, it's the eternal change that's more valuable than the external attention. That's what you come to realize, okay? Because when you're locked in on the process, you just notice a different world around you. Like, things that you might have thought were normal now seem absolutely retarded. Like, people are just living with no direction. They have no standards. They're eating processed food, guys. They don't seem to care about what happens with their body, what happens to them. But you're waking up, you're living with intention. Yeah, your days are in flow. Every single day is in flow. And you just stop feeling like an accident. You actually start loving what you're seeing in the mirror. You're seeing the chiseled abs, the chiseled jawline, the veins, guys. People also think getting shredded means having no life and having no nights out and having no energy and having limp dick and all of this. All of this that you've been told is all completely wrong. Okay, this is the people that tried with some stupid, with no goal in mind, stupid route of doing excessive cardio and just treating it like some temporary phase. And that is not the way, guys. Okay, like if you want to take anything away from this video, you need to start seeing fitness as a lifestyle and you need to start building it as a lifestyle. You need to actually start setting yourself up properly, phase by phase. Okay, like you need a roadmap in place. You want to be focused, you want to be sharp, you want to be high energy. That is the game. Yeah, if you want me to send over the exact roadmap breakdown that I take through with my clients, just DM the words roadmap over on my Insta and I'll get it over to you. Easy, guys. But like, extreme is the trap here, guys. Yeah, we want the consistency, we want the structure, because once you set yourself up properly, like you can actually go out, guys. Yeah, like I've done the Ibiza, I've done the festivals for the past 2 years and I still stayed in shape. I still stayed 10% body fat in them 2 years, guys, because it comes down to one word. And that word is standards. Okay, it's knowing where the limit is for yourself, knowing what's holding you back, actually holding yourself to a higher standard than everyone else around you, knowing what's not going to serve you anymore. Yeah, knowing what's actually going to move you forward. But listen, guys, like trust me, when the training is structured, when you have fixed days, when your training time is installed, instead of just guessing and relying on motivation on the day, when the macros are dialed in, okay? We can't just be eating clean here. We need to get the macros dialed in. It's not enough to be eating clean and hitting calories, guys. Like you want to, from a physique standpoint, from an aesthetic standpoint, you need to know what you're hitting day to day. You need to know what you're eating, hitting the meal plans. Yeah, just having all that set out for you. Having the habits installed, okay? There's actually a link below to all 10 of my daily habits. And these habits, guys, they keep me lean, they keep me sharp, they keep me high energy. That is what you want, guys. You just want to be in flow. Yeah, you want to be consistent rather than extreme. And that way, staying lean is effortless. Yeah, and you just see it as a lifestyle and you start realizing that the alcohol, the takeaways, it all feels so unaligned, that you're damaging your health, that you're damaging your performance, your recovery, and you just want to build a body that you're proud of and a man that you're proud of. That's the biggest goal here, guys. Like, it's about, the reason we're on this earth is to become the most capable men. And you realize that going back to that lifestyle, what I came to realize of the pints and the takeaways and the late nights, it's just unaligned. Okay, like if I could honestly describe it in one word, it would be pain. So if you're sat here right now, if you have an addiction, maybe it's alcohol, maybe it's any vice that doesn't serve you, it could be porn, weed, whatever, guys. Do not leave an empty space trying to quit it. Okay, that's what people try to do. They try to go cold turkey. Just replace it with a good source of momentum, a good dopamine. Number one, obviously getting in the gym, leaning down to that 8 to 10% body fat is non-negotiable, guys. Getting the macros dialed in, yeah, locked in, depending on what phase you're in with your physique, that is going to support you, support the training. The early wake-ups, guys, energy, daily output, actually developing valuable skills, investing in things that are going to move you forward. Reading, coaches, getting around better people, maybe going to a better gym. Guys on a similar mission, guys looking to level up the body, the mindset, because your environment matters, guys. Okay, like if everyone around you is drinking and they're eating shit and they're gossiping and doing all this and just not moving forward with their lives and repeating the same weekend on repeat, that is not going to work. You need to actually start positioning yourself properly and actually building a better lifestyle for yourself, building a better body for yourself. Because when you have clarity on your mission day to day, when the days are planned out, the morning process is planned out, the training times planned out, the work block, the evening process, when that's all aligned, guys, this is exactly what I do. I have my 7-day structure blueprint. I know what I'm hitting every single day. that's going to give you clarity. Okay, that is going to give you clarity on your day, and you're going to stop feeling like a fucking loser. You're going to stop drifting through the day. The way I see it, you don't need another motivational speech. You don't need another Goggins clip, guys. The clip. You know, you need to start filling all that empty space that you have right now with good shit, with shit that's going to move you forward. Because if you have all that empty space, you're going to drift back to that old version of you. Okay, we want to create fewer opportunities of that old version of you returning. So you actually need to start building a lifestyle where the decisions are already made. And this isn't me saying that you shouldn't go out. You should still go out and enjoy yourself on the weekend. But it's just about knowing what you're doing. What are you actually doing on the weekend? Is it adding to your life in a good way or a bad way? Because most of you are just escaping. You know, I wasted roughly 3 years of my life in a Wetherspoons. And I thought I had unlimited time. And I didn't. Okay, neither do you. So start building the body. Start building a life that you don't constantly need to escape from. And that starts by getting in shape, guys. Getting down to sub 10% body fat, because that forced me to develop the structure, the standards. And I just learned to trust myself. Okay, because I thought getting in shape meant a six-pack. But it was so much more than that. It's the identity shift, guys. Okay, it's the identity shift. You just transition into a completely different person. And I still see mates now who go out on the weekends and stuff like that. And they don't even know what happened with me. Like, you don't understand how bad an addiction I had. It's probably for another video I'm going to go into it, in all honesty. But they don't know what's happened to me. Like, I've just turned into a completely different person. Like, we have gone on a bit of a journey. And I do feel like I'm only 1% in. And I'm only continuing to grow myself on a daily basis, and to help many of you do the same over in my elite program. So if you have any questions, guys, you can fire me a message down below or over on my Insta, Charlie Crawley Fit. But I hope you took a lot of value from this. There's going to be a lot more videos coming, guys. But ask yourself the question, what can I do today to move me forward with my life, with my body, with my standards? Okay, guys, let's go.